Fortnite Season 3 is less than a few weeks away, and there are updates it needs in order for it to be a great season. Think about it, Fortnite has been out for years, and the fact that I can't even reconnect to a match if my game crashes or I disconnect is absolutely insane. What about this mysterious closed bunker we've been looking at for over 6 months now? Like, on that topic, does Fortnite just love closed bunkers, or can we finally open the sucker up? These are 15 Fortnite Season 3 updates we need. And feel free to leave a like on this video if you agree with any of our ideas. It'll definitely help this video get seen by Epic Games, and maybe they'll add some of this stuff. I mean, let's shoot for 100,000 likes. But on to number 15, the Reconnect feature. Alright, anyone who's played Fortnite has experienced disconnecting, lagging out, the game crashing, and even it breaking completely. So when you're on a roll in a match with your friends and suddenly the game glitches and you get thrown back to the lobby, it gets annoying. Hear me out, what if we had a feature where you could simply reconnect? It really wouldn't be a hard thing to add, and people disconnecting or being kicked out of the game has been an issue since pretty much day one. I mean, it's a huge problem during live events, tournaments, and much more. Hear me out, Fortnite. And Fortnite, just letting you know, Apex Legends added this feature in Season 5, so it's not completely out of the question to add reconnecting into Fortnite. Number 14, a better storyline. Alright Epic, we need to talk. I am sitting here and asking you to please give us a better storyline. I don't mean change up the story to something more entertaining, but I'm talking about how we want more storyline content. The last 3 events have been kind of lackluster. I mean, think about it. Star Wars kinda sucked, Quibi was an absolute disaster, and Travis Scott was really cool, but it's still not really tying into the story. As someone who makes storyline videos all the time, it's just been incredibly stagnant. Chapter 1 had an entire timeline from start to finish with constant live events that would make the theme for the next season. Remember the visitor tapes and events that were directly involved with the Fortnite storyline? In Chapter 2, all we get is the Doomsday device a few weeks ago and a prison. There's just not really much to go on. We've built the entire Chapter 2 storyline working from like loading screens, battle pass skins, Easter eggs around the map, and even things as simple as item shop tweets. You guys know I'm a huge story nut, and it's just been lackluster lately. If I could recommend something, I'd say more live events for the story, and if not that, then at least Epic could give us a lot more tiny Easter eggs and map changes to follow something. But on to number 13, a gulag, or something like that. One of the biggest memes in the Battle Royale community right now is the gulag, and what better way for Fortnite to jump into the spotlight again by, well, stealing it. Or at least adding something like it. I mean, we've seen Epic take inspiration from other games like with the reboot bans and Apex Legends, so I'm open to some type of new random idea. Being able to 1v1 another player to be respawned with your team would be a really cool addition to Fortnite, and it would definitely spice up the meta a lot. It probably would bring a lot of players back too. Nothing is worse than farming for 10 minutes straight just to get one-shotted sniped before you even see the enemy. A gulag system would really work well in Fortnite. It'd let us get a lot of second chances in matches where we get humiliated pretty early on, and it could easily let us extend our play sessions. Most importantly, it'd probably be fun. Number 12, more customizable options. So with Chapter 2 Season 2, we received the Maya skin, who is the first ever fully customizable outfit in Fortnite. Because of this, it's easy to expect more skins like her to appear in the future, especially in the battle passes for each season. But I have a couple ideas about seeing even more customizable options for every skin. For example, instead of just having one skin that could be customized, why not have add-ons for every single outfit that you could get in the item shop or battle pass? And I'm obviously not talking about upgrade styles that are already in the game, but I'm talking about like hats, head blings, charms for your weapons, maybe tattoos, jewelry in the item shop. My main inspiration for this list spot actually was custom crosshairs, kind of like in Counter-Strike or Valorant, where you can customize your crosshair to suit your style. Would be pretty nice epic. Number 11, please remove the music from the henchman POIs. Ever since Chapter 2 Season 2 added the outposts around the map with henchmen and battle pass skins as boss battles, it's pretty much been a love-hate relationship for most of us. They are great for easy loot, but also so very, very annoying. And although these POIs around the map have amazing loot and easy to access mythic weapons, they also have one thing that I've been begging Epic to remove since day one. I'm talking about the music. The incredibly loud music whenever you land there. You ever just walk into one of these places and you're absolutely deafened by the sound of it? Sum it up, we're just asking you to remove the music because there's already enough chaos at the henchman POIs, and turning down like the overall music is not really a good solution. Number 10, patch notes. Fortnite's devs have built such an incredible reputation with giving us weekly updates with fresh new content, and they did it consistently without failure for years. Then comes Chapter 2, and they went to giving us monthly updates and almost removing patch notes entirely. So basically, for every single new patch, we have to guess what Epic added or changed, which could be really frustrating. It's got to the point where they're changing things like skill-based matchmaking and squads without even telling us, so the community is arguing over changes that they don't even really know has happened or happened yet. So I think I speak for us, the community, where I say we just want more communication from Epic, and we really hope to get patch notes back in Season 3. On a side note, near the end of Season 2, I have been getting personal emails from Epic with like basic patch notes, but it's only exclusive to creators, and like I said, it's not really fair to you guys. Number 9, the Infected Zombies mode. Here's something in this list which isn't just a dream, but it was actually leaked and then cancelled, and we have zero idea why. A few updates ago, a hidden LTM appeared in the files, and when leakers dug into it and were actually able to play it, they discovered that this arsenic LTM was some kind of version of Infected, the famous game mode from Call of Duty and Halo. The LTM had a ton of features added to it, like double jumping, high pickaxe damage, teams for infected and survivors, and even a foggy version of the Chapter 2 island. Unfortunately, Epic put all of this into an LTM, which they eventually just removed from the files without saying anything. We could kind of just assume it's cancelled, but I'd really appreciate it if you'd voice your opinion on it in the comments and let me know if you want to see it, because I've been really looking forward to it. Number 8, a solution to shields. The loot pool right now in Fortnite is questionable. I mean, sure, there's a lot of decent balance with weapons, but there are just not enough shields for people to take fights, forcing us to constantly loot. Fortnite seems to be gearing up for a more fun season, so people will want to jump right into the action. Just an idea, but that whole leaked chug station could be a great way for players to trade their materials and existing healing items for actual shields in their time of need. We desperately need something like this in Season 3, and that kind of ties into number 7, a loadout drop. Alright, I'm using Warzone as inspiration again for this next suggestion, because in that game there are actually ways to get your ideal loadout, which you play best with every match, without relying entirely on luck. In our most recent leaks video, we covered 2 items which could actually help players in Fortnite get their preferred loadout. If you stay up to date with our videos, you know I've talked about the clone machine that was leaked, which is really vague. It's hard to know for sure what it'll actually do, but it would be cool if this thing could like duplicate your items to help produce RNG. For example, you get a legendary scar, maybe you could trade materials to clone it and give a second one to your teammate. The main thing is the itemized upgrade bench, which, if that makes it to the game, will probably let you upgrade things like RPGs, snipers, and even consumables. If these 2 items appear in Season 3, we can be rest assured that RNG will become even less of a problem, and it'll make the game a lot funner. Number 6, new mobility. In Season 1, the biggest criticism from pretty much all of us was for Epic to add more mobility to the map. Back then, all we had were boats and a few ziplines. Now in Season 2, they have added the choppa, a couple more ziplines, and launch pads are also back, but it's still not enough considering the size of the Chapter 2 map. Not gonna lie, some of the most fun times I had in Fortnite was with the geysers, ATKs, driftboards, and the massive volcano. It was pretty perfect. So what could Epic add to increase mobility even more in Season 3? Well, we're getting an underwater map, so swimming underwater may be a large part of it, but what's a good vehicle that isn't a boat? Jet ski sounds pretty sweet. I mean, think about it. In order to make sure that water doesn't disrupt our normal gameplay, a jet ski would be a nice little 2-person vehicle that could get around the map faster than a boat and has no gigantic cannon on it. Just something simple purely for mobility rather than actually fighting people. Be a nice touch to next season's theme and a little more variety without being overpowered. Number 5, kill cams. So we have replay mode in Fortnite, which is actually one of my favorite features. Being able to take screenshots and record videos of moments that happen to you is kind of amazing. Remember theater mode from all the old Call of Duty games? But one Call of Duty feature that Fortnite should really add is kill cams. We need elimination replays in Fortnite, maybe only in solo so you can't cheat, but still, there are so many aspects of the game from building to editing to shooting, it can be hard to see exactly how you died or who shot you. When you want to learn, you gotta get in your replay, dig all the way to that spot and whatever else, but a quick elimination replay would be a nice addition to the game and might even help us spot hackers or learn from our mistakes. Number 4, a proper ranking system. Games like Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, Rocket League, they have amazing competitive modes which have extremely well-made ranking systems. Since Fortnite added Arena, you've been able to climb your way to Champions Division literally just by sitting in a bush the entire game. Because of this, a lot of us want to see a better ranking system, or maybe a new competitive mode entirely, with actual divisions which use skill-based matchmaking and then leaving the random matchmaking to default playlists. It could help newer players play casual for easier matches, and competitive players get noticed a lot more easily. There's so many tournaments in Fortnite nowadays that a proper ranking system makes a lot of sense. Number 3, skins we want in Season 3. And laying off the criticism of the actual game, that's not the only thing that Fortnite kind of revolves around, so I'd love to touch upon a couple skins I would love to see in Season 3. I kind of have been mentioning it a lot, but a Fortnite Joker skin would be absolutely awesome, and considering that we didn't get it in the Batman crossover in Season X, we're still waiting to get one. One of my favorite skin designers is called EA Skate, and he created one called the Chaos Henchman, really awesome. And if you know Ripley, Ripped Lee, yeah, this is awesome. To top it all off, maybe we could even get, I don't know, Joe Exotic Fortnite skin because, please Epic, let me just get this one, just for me. If not, maybe I'd settle for this pizza pit set concept. I don't know, guys, I'm just hungry, I want pizza right now. Moving on to number 2, we need to open the bunker. I'm gonna keep this one simple. Epic hasn't touched the redacted POI since Chapter 2's first day, and the suspense isn't even there for me anymore. It just feels like wasted potential. Epic hasn't said a single thing about it, and yet Meowscles has moved closer to it now. Does this mean we're gonna get some action soon? Knowing Epic, probably not. It just kind of seems to be like a running gag where Epic will add secret bunkers and never ever tell us what's inside. It's time, Epic, let's open that bunker. Number 1, removing skill-based matchmaking and default playlists. So I talked earlier about a better rank system and how it might work with a balanced skill-based matchmaking playlist. But honestly, it might just be best to remove skill-based matchmaking from core playlists entirely and leave it only for competitive. 2 days ago, Epic brought it back to squads, and the entire community had a meltdown and even started attacking Cypher PK for apparently causing Epic to add it back, even though it wasn't his fault. Removing skill-based matchmaking entirely will probably be best for everyone, not to mention the fact that we already have Arena. We really don't need 2 versions of sweaty playlists. At this point, skill-based matchmaking might be doing more harm than good, so to be honest with you, it might be time for it to leave the regular game modes. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. This has been Tommy, keep it here, Top 5 Gaming.